Aloha. Namaste. Wow, it started on its own. Things do seem to have a mind of their own, don't they? Aloha. Yes, that's right. Songbird, I is we, with you again, but now it's night. Ah, you never know. It can still be bright. Yes, that's right, because it's all light. So we started with who, that's I. We started with why, that's I is as. And now we're up to how. How did this world come into existence? How do we deceive ourselves? How do I believe that I have a body or that I'm separate self? How did all this happen? This big illusion, this grand illusion, this mass delusion, collective insanity. Yeah, the vanity of glamour instead of the truth of the soul. What is the real goal here? Well, we'll get to here later, but right now we're on how. Well, let's break it down in a simple way. We start with awareness being abiding, intrinsic, naked, timeless, lucid, cognizant awareness. It's naked because it doesn't have a subject or object to realize or to create separation. It doesn't need a mind because the mind is a trickster. Okay? It already is pure, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniactive awareness. The all and the only every power. It's not a power to anything, it's not a power over anything. It's the energy. It's not a presence that you can be outside of, it's a presence that you are within and that is within you. Right? It's not a knowing that can be gained or attained. It's an innate, intrinsic knowing. The infinite perfections of perfection realized and actualized. Here it seems that we need to awaken and remember that. So it's kind of like awareness somehow chose to fall asleep and dream, and because the mind that it dreamed up is a quantum holographic projector, it extends the ideas entertained in that mind into a field of view that appears to be full, but yet is truly really empty. Because the only thing full is the awareness that produces even the illusion. They are not separate. It's about freedom being freedom and having the ability to choose, to experience, to learn why love is the universal law and principle that governs, and to allow it to govern us. That's why we live from our heart throne center. Your heart is a garden, your mind is a garden. Make them one garden. That's meditation, right? So, how? Why? How? How did it happen? Well, why is because of I, right? Who is I and why is I am? As soon as am enters the picture, is let go of and forgotten. Because is alone overcomes this world, to quote Joel S. Goldsmith in The Infinite Way. That's one of the wisdoms of the Infinite Way, and it's true. Is alone overcomes the world. Nakedness is awareness, is impersonal, spiritual, immortal soul, whatever you want to call it, right? And remember, doubt is deception overlooking universal benevolent truth. Oh, like that? How about this one? Love, letting oneness value everything. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're seeing through by closing our eyes, turning within, becoming aware of our third eye and how to see through the colors of the chakra, that cobalt blue, and serve the group soul. Realize that the body can be a temple and is a temple for awareness. When we allow it, when we let it be, what is it? The infinite truth, the impersonal truth, right? So it's not about being hard on ourselves or feeling guilty or using shame. No, morals are a big part of it. Don't get me wrong. You must learn morals first. But meditation is the tool, the avenue, the method through which we can experience our higher, true sense of awareness. You can do mantra, you can do puja, you can do ceremonies and rituals, but they're really metaphors for what can't be said, what can't be thought. Remember, if you can think it or say it, it isn't such. And the suchness, that infinite probability and possibilities already realized and yet available as innocence. So undefiled, pure essence can be realized or actualized through your own individuated conscious awareness. But see, there is only one individual, and that is Infinite One. There is one entity, Infinite One, and its name is I. Are you beginning to see? I amingness, I isingness. Words can help, but they can also trick you. You know, defining terms in their absolute nature is very important. It is a very important part of the spiritual path. Understanding the definitions, like the fact that the word dharma means method, that the word Tao means the way or the flow, right? So look into these things, learn the Four Noble Truths, investigate the Eightfold Noble Path, read the Christian mystics, Meister Eckhart, wow, or St. John of the Cross, St. Catherine of Siena, St. Teresa of Avila, or read some of the Eastern mystics, Kabir, Rabia, Mirabai, Tukaram, Hafiz, Rumi, or listen to some of the music of the world. What did Bob Marley say? One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. And how he loved to see when you're dancing from within. Because music makes everyone equal, right? And that's what we are. And that's why we serve the soul. We serve the whole. That's more than a goal. It's actual compassion and action. Our world is crying out for love. That's how. Love. Be loving. Be love itself. Manifest as beingness. It's what you truly are. These things aren't made up. You can have this experience. You have to be sincere if you want to be clear. You have to be devoted. That's why it's called being a devotee, or a disciple, a student. Always a student, as long as you are here. And if you return again, you must be a student again. You must enter that stream in order to leave the stream. The ancients were right, and the truth is true. You must investigate to find the essence of you, which the name is I. The who, what, where, how, when, and why. Nothing can exist without awareness, without you being conscious of it. If I ascend up into heaven, I take all with me. That was Yeshua, right? Why? Because his conscious awareness is creating his reality. And if he remained in his Christ nature, you could simply touch him, and according to your receptivity, you would be healed. That's right. Joel S. Goldsmith was that way, Mary Baker Eddy, so many others. Yogananda, Nanak and Shankara, Milarepa, Guru Padmasambhava, the Lotus Born Master, Om Ahang Benze Guru Pema Siddhi Hang, Green Tara, Yeshe Shogyal, Jigme Lingpa, Longchen Rabchan. There are so many. Ramana Maharshi, Joel S. Goldsmith, as I said before. You can find it. The Fillmores. It's everywhere. Because it's here. And because the I is everywhere, everyone. It's the every one. Now, these just sound like words, but I'm trying to keep it simple so that you can turn within. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it is simple. You could probably, even though the truth can't be spoken or said, it could probably be elucidated in less than 1,000 words. The deepest truth there is in the entire universe is I always already am that for which I am seeking, that for which I am searching. I always already have. It doesn't matter what tradition. If it's a valid tradition, that's the peak. That's the penultimate. You cannot go beyond that. It's simply all in the word I. And if you look at the deeper teachings of all the true masters, they teach you what I is. Now, I can't get too deep into the advanced statements because we all must do the preliminaries. And perhaps I will do some closed classes in the future where we can talk about the deeper stuff, because if I talk too much about the deeper stuff, you're just going to think I'm a complete nut. Not that you don't already, but it sounds insane to this world because this world is insane. We're in a backwards world. Everything's backwards. Backwards talk, backwards vision, everything. Looking out instead of looking within, right? Ultimately, when you look and see, it's all within. Okay, so let's not make it too long today. Remember that when you pray, you do not have anything to say other than, your miracle is here. Open my eyes that I might see it. Thy servant is listening. I can hear. Speak, Lord. I'm willing. It only takes a little willingness, and the Spirit will rush in. Remember, doubt and fear and self-condemnation and, frustration and impatience. No. Stick with it. Peel the onion skins. Take every step. What is that saying in the Tao? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with the very first step. What is that very first step? Realizing there's more than what you think to see. That's why psychedelics are good when you're at the right age, to do it a few times, because you see that there is much, much more to this, and you see the divinity of things and the unity of things. But they're a tool, and they should only be used occasionally. It's not something you do all the time. It's like anything else, like ganja, cannabis, or wine, or any of these things. You can abuse them, but they also have an ecstatic side as well. And, ganja is really great for prayer and meditation, as long as you don't fall into oblivion, because that's a big trap in meditation. Oblivion. You don't want that. If you just fall into some dull torpor, that's not it. Real meditation is you're being still and quiet, and you have a quiet mind, but it is vivacious and active and scintillating and illuminating and effulgent, full of light. So, that's just a little added thing for today. We're going to go through all those who, what, where, how, why, when. Here, now, right? That's one word. Here, now. Time and space. Same lie. Trying to create a place that's not I. But you can't do it because you can't create without I. So even the false, even the shadow realm, as you would call this earth school plane, still has to have divine patterns, a divine pattern language underlying it. And it does, and you can see it in math and music and the golden mean, pi phi, Fibonacci, fractals, sacred geometry. I've said it before. Higher music, Mozart. I love classical as well. Vivaldi, Dvorak, Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Once again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free, like and share. Let's get this around there. We'll get a little group going, and we can maybe do some meditations together and just see where this leads, okay? Anyway, thank you for visiting. I really appreciate your coming, and I'll see you again soon. Okay. Ciao, Bellas.